Hi, my name is Sergio Morelos. I'm a student at University Tech Millennium. And for this course, for this final project of our course of doing business in the America, I have chosen to do a case study on the how El Salvador is now launching Bitcoin as a legal tender. In June 2021, the president, Nayib Bukele, surprised the world with the announcement that the country will adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender, becoming the first nation to do so. Crypto adoption as a medium of exchange was starting to gain pace worldwide, but the President Bukele claimed it would also be a boom for financial inclusion, investment, innovation, and economic development. El Salvador is a country that has a 27 billion economy and has been suffering from persistently low growth, high public debt, and a strong dependence on remittance, which could potentially become cheaper and faster to access through this new digital currency, since it would be now easier for people or Salvadorians in another country to send money back to their peers back home. Bitcoin plan was met with both enthusiasm from the Bitcoin supporters and skepticism from credit agencies and multilateral finance institutions, which believe it could bring macroeconomic instability to the local economy. Many Salvadorians remain wary of the digital currency after rollout marred by the technical glitches and identity theft. Since the system is still very new, it has been having a lot of problems. And we also have to take into consideration that El Salvador is a very undeveloped country and it may lack of a lot of the infrastructure that is needed for a plan like this to be able to work correctly. Since most of people in this country still struggles to have access to electricity, basic services as water, and even more so as technology as reliable internet connection, which is, of course, totally necessary to be able to do a crypto payment or a crypto transaction. The country represents effort to move the entire economy to become dependent on five companies and one blockchain protocol. Basically, they're working with Bitso, a Latin American currency exchange, which works as a core service provider. The digital wallet they created is called Chivo, which in their local slang means cool. That will be used for the program. Bitso, it's a 2.2 billion company founded in Mexico and is backed by Coinbase, Ripple, Caro, Tiger Globe, many of the large cryptocurrency traders and coins that are currently working. This is about talking about the general aspects of the economic relation and the trade relation of El Salvador, being a very small country. Since 1995, they've been working on establishing better relationships for international trade. As in 1995, El Salvador joined the World Trade Organization. In 1999, El Salvador, together with Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, signed for the free trade agreement with the Dominican Republic and Chile. And in 2002, the region concluded agreements with Panama and Mexico to create a big economic bloc, trade bloc. In 2007, El Salvador and Honduras signed a free trade agreement with Taiwan, and then the Northern Triangle, which is El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras, signed a free trade agreement with Colombia. This tells us, that the country has been making efforts to find, sources of trade to grow, to help its economy expand. However, they've been very punished by countries like the United States, which they rely on a lot of their currency, and because of the trade and relationships with other countries as China. So this is why I believe I understand the approach of the president trying to, separate himself from the dependency of a currency as dollar and to try to create a more efficient way to make changes within inside the country. However, as I was mentioning before, unfortunately, seems like this great plan might not be the most adequate for the actual infrastructure that the country has. Talking about the economic particularities of El Salvador, we can see that this nation of approximately 6 million inhabitants is dollarized, and its economic participation structure is divided among only three sectors, which are the service activities, which takes over 69.3% of the activities. Then we have the manufacturing industry, which takes 16.1% of the industry. And finally, the agricultural activities, which represent a 5.9% of the total activities. So as we can see, the service sector in El Salvador contributes for the most of the country's national economy, while traditional agriculture and other activities present only a small fraction of the total country's GDP. Now, comparing a little bit the foreign investment that comes directly into El Salvador with other countries on the same area, Central American area, we can see on the first quarter of 2019, the net flow of foreign direct investment that was injected into the Salvadoran economy amounted roughly $177.3 million. These resources were mainly associated with the services sector in El Salvador, which include finance, operative shareholding companies, electricity sectors, as well as air transportation and logistics activities, all along with the United States. Compared with other countries in the area, we see that as the countries that receive the most foreign direct investment. In number one, we have Mexico, and number two, we have Panama. Number three, we have Costa Rica. Then we have Nicaragua, and on number 7 we go all the way down to El Salvador. So it's not one of the best that it's receiving the foreign investment, but it's also one of the smallest countries and one with the smallest GDP. In my opinion, I think President Bukele's idea of trying to have a more independent way of trading and controlling the local economy was a great idea. A lot of these new digital currencies is setting up a new way of making exchange, making trades. This is being adopted worldwide and it's starting to grow in many countries. But I think unfortunately El Salvador was trying to be visionary, was trying to get ahead of all these developed countries, and making it the first country to adopt this currency. Unfortunately, they lack the infrastructure, they lack the economic, they lack the support from the countries in the bloc area that will help them, or they will also adopt cryptos as a form of paying them for their trade. Let's say, as an example, if Mexico and El Salvador are doing a economic trade, Mexico being the largest in this area, Mexico has not adapted yet cryptocurrencies as a form of legal tender to receive payment for its goods and services. So once again, it comes a little bit useless that El Salvador has this new technology and this new alternative if the countries around the area have not adopted it yet. So once again, it comes something that is supposed to be a good thing becomes a limitation. Thank you very much. I appreciate you enjoy our opinion on this study of this case about how El Salvador is trying to adopt this new digital currency as a legal tender.